Hello and welcome to episode 82 of
Three of the Eldritch Podblast.
I am Margaret.
I am Jack.
And hello.
Hello.
It says 83.
It sure is.
I thought this was 82.
Halloween was 82.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. I think
Yeah, it
you're
was.
right.
Yeah. I got the notes. I got the thingies down
Yeah,
here.
you know
I got the
what?
majiggy mabobs.
You're completely correct.
I got the things.
Did you see the vice grip I had on this, by the way? Ah!
82.
Yeah, it's 83.
Yeah, it
Pardon
is.
me. 83.
83.
83. Big 83.
It's a huge number.
We,
it's a milestone, really.
Have we said this? We
No.
came to the epiphany.
I don't know what you're going to say.
We came to the epiphany that our 100th episode is going to be the 1st of January. Isn't that wild?
That's if we don't miss an episode between now
That's
and
if we
Christmas.
don't. Yeah. And that's with us only missing one episode this year, by the way.
And that's, Christmas is going to be the time that if we miss, it'll be
It's
then.
going to be when it is.
Because, Christmas do be Christmasing.
Christmas do be Christmasing.
Christmas do be Christmasing.
Christmas do be Christmasing, and that's the end of that.
What do we all think of Margaret's hair?
I did
It's
my
very
hair.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Podblast colours.
I did my hair. Yeah, I thought, why not? Let's do the Podblast colours. And
Blasting the pod.
I don't dye my hair very often for very good reason. I hate dyeing my hair. It's awful. It's a terrible experience. 0 out of 10. If I could, the TripAdvisor reviews where it's like, if I could give it negative stars, I would.
If I could give it
Me.
stars, I would.
If I could give dyeing my hair negative stars, I would. I hate dyeing my hair, especially when you're doing like 3 different colours.
It looks really good though.
Thank you so much. Jack helped.
Not really.
You helped me rinse out the black.
I helped you rinse out the black. That was about it.
Yeah.
That's about as far as my help went.
Well, you know what? Normally when I dye my hair, it's much longer than this. As you all know.
As you
I've just got a haircut.
I've just had a haircut.
I just had a haircut. So actually dyeing this little hair was really nice.
Yeah, probably quite a lot easier.
It really
you,
was.
You lost a lot of hair in that
I
cut.
lost a lot of hair. When I got my haircut, my hairdresser Saskia, shout out. She was like, there is like 2 heads of hair worth of hair.
There was a lot of hair. It was very long.
It was very, very long.
That's the longest your hair's ever been, I think. Since I've known you.
See, I think it was longer. So I only get my hair cut like once a year. Listen, I it's not that I hate getting my hair cut. The actual process of getting my hair cut, I love. I love the feeling of like when she pulls it really tight and then she cuts it with a hair razor.
A razor.
I love the way that feels and the way it sounds. And I love getting my hair washed as well. But listen.
What about me when I did it over the bath yesterday? Change that.
Yeah.
You mocked me.
It was no. It was akin. It was adjacent.
You seem to mock me in that moment.
Listen, show them your hands. Look at those hands.
What's up with them?
They're big, heavy hands.
I don't even have very big hands.
Heavy hands.
I've got very normal sized hands. I might have slightly fat fingers.
Big, heavy hands. And you know what? You use them that way too. And
Margaret says I'm very heavy-handed.
You're very heavy-handed. Extremely
I don't
heavy-handed.
think that's true.
And
I think I'm quite delicate.
Oh my god, I don't know how much I left in of that, but Bully, the dog. He really likes to like dig around in his bed, and he digs so much he's made a hole in the bed.
He's made many holes in every bed,
and we remedy it by putting loads of blankets on top of it. But he still digs, and sometimes he pulls the blankets off. He pulled the blanket off, and he got his foot stuck, and then he like screamed.
He gets his claws stuck in the like the weave of the cotton or the weave of whatever
weave
material
of
it is, yeah. And then he's like.
It's horrible. It's horrible. He screamed so loud.
And he'll do it when we're dead asleep at night, and he'll just begin to scream, cry.
Between me and the dog, you have. I did something weird in my sleep last night. I don't know what we were talking about beforehand.
Me being heavy-handed, apparently.
Oh yeah, no,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh no, well you were washing my hair, and it was very nice. Thank you for washing my hair. And I was like leaning back over the tub, and you just whole hand just like.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the dye out.
Yeah, you did a great.
I'm trying to do a good job.
You did. You actually, you know what? You really did do a great job.
I could have half jobbed it.
You could have half jobbed it. You're right.
Not gone as thorough as I did.
Yeah. You're right.
You know?
Yeah. I did something weird in my sleep last night.
What did you do? I can't really remember.
So I deal with things in my sleep.
We all know.
I think it was only recently we talked about me doing something weird. What was that?
I'm just checking away.
Oh, me doing something weird in my sleep the other night, and I had a dream that we were in something adjacent to in World of Warcraft. You know when the elevators come up and down? They're basically like big round platforms.
Yeah.
And there's like a base.
They're like lifts.
Yeah, they're like lifts, like open lifts.
Yeah.
I had a dream that the bed was in one of those.
Interesting.
And the lift was coming down, and we had to jump to get onto the platform.
Yeah.
But I didn't make the jump.
Okay.
So I woke up.
That would track.
Yeah. I woke up.
100%.
That
You
would
know where you
absolutely
made
track.
jump.
No
way.
No way. So I jumped to try and get on the platform, but it crushed me.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up panicking, and you were like, what? And then you calmed me down. You got up to go to the toilet, and you threw your blanket off you.
Yes,
and it
I do remember
hit me, and I just fell back to sleep, and I thought that was the platform hitting
you again.
So I freaked out all over again.
You just kept going, what was that?
Yeah.
What was that?
I kept frightened.
I was like, what are you talking about?
And then
because I'd obviously just taken my blanket off to just get up and walk to the toilet.
So that scared the life out of me. And then you came back from the toilet, and do you remember me being like, you want me to tell you what I thought happened? Did you want me to tell you in the morning? And you were like, tell me in the morning.
Yeah, it was like,
5 a.m. or something like
that. So today is a tough one.
Yeah.
Squad. Because today was car going in for service and MOT day. And I don't know why the
Terrible
person
scenes.
who, I rang the guy up the other day.
Yeah.
I remember I rang him last year as well. When I rang him last year, I rang him up and I was like, can I get my car booked in for service on Friday? And he was like, yeah, no problem. And he was like, can you get it down early? I was like, yeah, what, 9, 10? And he was like, can you do 7? I'm like,
look at me.
I'm like,
no,
I can't.
No,
I can't do 7.
You know what? I reckon a lot of people who like go out to work who aren't self-employed, that probably would work for them, right?
7?
Yeah, probably.
Even if you are a 9 to 5er.
Yeah. No, I suppose.
Even an 8 to 4er.
Yeah.
Even an 8 to 4er.
Yeah.
Being at the garage an hour before your shift starts or 2 hours before your shift. What are you going to do?
True. Especially if you don't have a lift back. I guess you just get a taxi to work, though.
You get a taxi to work. I guess somebody drop you off.
Have a McDonald's breakfast.
Yeah, Margaret was like, can you ask your mum to go to McDonald's?
There's no way.
My mum was picking me up.
Yeah, no way.
She was like, can you just ask her to go to McDonald's breakfast?
Listen.
And I was like, she is not going to do that.
If there's one person on this earth who thinks we're fat,
it's my mum.
It's your mother. So yeah, no McDonald's breakfast, but I covet a McDonald's breakfast.
I got up at half 7.
Yeah,
which is
listen. That's I'm sure that is not early for people.
And everyone was just like, sleep in for me. It's like, then I feel sorry for you.
That's hell on earth for us.
I feel sorry for you.
But it's a good thing. It's a good thing that we got up that early.
Look, it's a good thing, but if I'm weird, I get weird when I haven't had enough sleep.
You do.
I get strange.
You do. You do get strange.
I'm strange.
Your baseline is strange.
My baseline is strange.
You tired.
Oh,
very odd.
Weird.
Odd behavior. But,
weird.
That could be fun. But that's a good thing. That's a good thing because
for your entertainment only.
Because at the time of you seeing this, we've already physically been to Comic-Con London, and as we're filming, we're leaving tomorrow.
Yeah.
And we have to get up at 7 to get on the train and stuff. Yeah, so I have to get ready and stuff. Yeah, you'll be fine. So yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. We're getting our sleeping pattern sorted, to be fair.
Yeah, we're doing a really good job.
Our problem is, especially when we first started the Discord and we started making close friends in America. Yeah, we're looking at you. We'd stay up super late playing games with them.
Why do you live at that time?
Why do you live in that time? Why do you live in that time zone?
Why don't you just live in the normal time zone?
They all live Lynn, Jordan, Righty P all live super close time zones to each other too.
Some of them. I think Righty P's more. I don't know why we're talking about this. He's more middle America.
Yeah.
Jordan is further to the east, which means he's closer to our time zone.
Yeah.
Lynn is.
She's all the way over there, isn't she?
I swore. No, we were so close.
No.
You've blown the mic again.
Oh no. Is it broken?
You've blown my headphones, yeah.
No. I blew the mic out.
No, you blew the headphones out.
I blew the headphones out.
I think maybe after the first time you've blown them out, they're not quite the same.
Oh no, that's not good.
So because that was nowhere near as loud as the other one.
No.
That you did when you blew them out.
Yeah.
And that was way easier.
Yeah.
And that time they just as soon as it went that high. Before it was you could hear them
going
scraping to stay alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they
me
would
every day.
Me getting up at half.
Yeah, oh my god. So how are you?
Yeah, how are you?
What are you doing? how did you enjoy the Halloween episode?
Did you enjoy our costumes?
Yes. Did you do anything actually on Halloween on Tuesday?
Are you asking me?
No.
I was going to say because you know I didn't.
I'm asking your friends.
Oh, and also Halloween hasn't been yet.
No. Yes, it has.
No.
At the time of this.
No, yeah, not by the time of this.
Oh no, not by
reality.
the time of this.
See,
No,
we're into.
I wasn't fucking asking you, Jack, was I?
Good job. We're past 10 minutes. But you looked at me in the eyes and said it.
I did.
I can only deal with. I've had barely anything.
Barely.
I can only think in two realities.
Yes. What's that? What are the two realities?
This one and this one.
God. Is there anything to update the people on?
What did we do on Halloween?
Fuck all.
Probably.
To be fair,
we've had a lot of things to do.
We have had a lot of things to do, and
we've been invited to a party, haven't we?
We have been invited to a party, and you know what? It will have already been and gone by this point. I do really want to go because the person who invited us, we don't see very often, and I really, really love his company. And like the group of people as well, but I just don't know because we're coming back from Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna have the capacity to do it.
You don't
so I
know
don't
if
know.
you're gonna have the legs.
Yeah, maybe next week we'll update you if you went to the party or not. Who knows?
Did we go to the party?
Probably not.
Did anything happen?
Probably not.
At the party?
Let's be honest, probably not.
Probably not. We don't drink, so.
Probably not. So yeah. Okay. Question. What you eating?
Okay, yeah. What are you eating?
What you eating? Oh my god, who was it? Someone was like in not the last episode, the one before that. They were like, I put my Gatorade in the freezer.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I forgot about it, so now I'm just eating a frozen Gatorade. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Like a slushie.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I used to love when I used to be young. Back in the day.
Back in the day.
Back in ye old times.
Yeah.
When you like got a drink, you put it in the freezer, and then like it had the big solid like bit of ice in the middle, but then the rest of it like dribbled off.
No.
And I would just drink the icy bit.
Yeah.
So cool.
Like kids in school did that, I feel like.
Me, when I was
ye old days.
Young'un.
Yeah.
Whippersnapper.
There was a
snapping the whip.
Do you remember when kids used to do that annoying thing where they'd get a can of Coke and then they would like only barely open it and then they would like suckle on that
shake
shit.
It and then fill the rim and then go
disgusting, vile, truly vile behavior.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
And if you do that,
and
unsubscribe.
You know what? There used to be a kid at school. You know that
out them.
Yeah.
Get them.
Yeah.
Call them out.
There used to be a kid at school who you know what? Looking back, it was absolutely awful. He would people would pay him like £1 and he would stick like tacks into his arms and stuff like that.
Okay.
Weird, isn't it?
Interesting.
Yeah. That's not good.
That's not good.
That's not good, is it?
It's not good, no.
Yeah.
Tacks.
Tacks, like thumbtacks.
Thumbtacks.
Yeah, weird.
Weird. Strange.
Really weird. And he I'm not kidding. It sounds like I'm making this up. He set up his own booth in the schoolyard. People, like, it was a thing. People would go to him. It was really
That's
weird.
strange.
That is strange,
That's
isn't
weird.
it? Yeah, I hope you're doing well, dude. I hope you're all right.
Did you make it into a career? Do you want to know what? Get your bag.
Yeah.
Anywhere you can, get your bag.
True that. I don't think we really have much else to update you on because we'll have a lot to say like next week after Comic-Con. But for now,
we do have one thing to say.
We do. What's that?
Sadly.
Oh yeah.
There is some news that we must break upon the Squad Blasters.
Yes, unfortunately so.
Yes, unfortunately so, but we told you the entire year that this time would come.
Yeah.
And the time
has
now
come.
arrived.
Yep.
So sadly, from this episode onwards, this will be the last one.
This will be the last one. This is not the last episode. This is the last watch party.
This is the last watch party.
This is the last watch party.
Especially till the new year.
Yeah, like being completely transparent, potentially forever.
Potentially forever.
But definitely until the new year.
Yes.
We just unfortunately don't have the time. And it's so sad because watch parties are one of our favorite ways to interact with you guys.
Yeah, 100%.
Like they're fun. We have our regulars.
Mm-hmm.
We know everyone. It's good. We get people all the time saying like, I'm new. I'm glad I could watch it.
Yeah.
And we're so incredibly sorry. If there was another way around it, we would do that. But
there is a way around it. So the events will still go up and you can still go in the watch party at the time when the video goes up.
Yep. I don't know about the events. I don't know if the events will still go up.
Maybe the
Being
events will not go
totally
up.
honest with you.
But you can still go in and do the watch party. We'll leave the video link for you to to have the watch party. If a mod is free, a mod might jump in and host it. If not, feel free to host it yourself and jump in, because to be honest, we jump in there, welcome everyone, and then you all just
chat amongst yourselves,
all just talk
don't
to
you?
each other,
like,
and we might as well not be there.
You've proven time and time again we don't really need to be there. Like,
need to be there for the watch party.
It's great for us to be able to interact with you and talk to you, and I completely understand that sometimes that could be the draw of it, right?
Yes.
But you guys get on so well,
without
and
us.
especially
you play
our
very
regulars,
nicely.
You do play very nicely.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm very sorry about that. It is such a shame, but it's just not sustainable for us right now.
Sadly not in the minute.
Yeah, and it's really as simple as that, to be honest. So if you want to host a watch party, like, the Discord server is yours.
Yeah.
Like, please be as
it's
comfortable.
for you, not for us.
Make it as comfortable for you as you want. If you want to host a watch party, it doesn't have to be just for our episodes, by the way. You can go into any of the Hangout and Chill chats. You can go into any of the watch party chats and host a watch party.
Do your thing.
Do your thing. Go ahead. You're more than welcome to. And that, a mod doesn't even have to be in there. Like,
nope.
you're more than welcome just to
more
go
than happy for you guys just take the watch parties and run with them if you want to.
Yeah, so if you would like to, please go ahead.
Yes.
And once again, very sorry. And maybe one day we'll bring them back.
I know that it's probably for a small portion of the community.
Yeah, very small portion.
But
yeah.
But it's still
really sad.
Yeah.
It's still sad, and it's something we really enjoyed doing. So thank you for all the support for the watch parties.
Yes.
It's been very much appreciated and wonderful. I don't really know how much we can say right now, but in the new year...
What are you talking about?
In the new year, there is going to be something that kind of makes up for that lack of interaction a little bit. And it's not Patreon. That's something... It's not Patreon. It's something totally separate. I don't want to say too much about it right now.
Yeah.
But
because of you all, we've got a fantastic opportunity that we're going to take advantage of to bring you more Eldritch Podblast content.
Yeah. Yeah, think of that what you want in a more interactive way.
Why don't you take a guess down in the comments?
Yeah,
and
speculate.
Add to the 100.
Yeah, go ahead, speculate. Huh? Oh my god. We shill in the 100.
Yeah,
100.
the 100. Let's go. Slacking. Can I have some of that?
Can you have some of this?
Yeah.
Wait, you want a drink?
I left it in the office. Got any games on your phone?
Got any games? Got any cheese I can eat?
Got any cheese I can eat?
Got any cheese I can eat? Yeah. Slurp it up. Damn.
You got any cheese I can eat?
All right, that's about it.
All right, let's get it.
Yeah.
What we're doing?
Homebrew challenge. The hope that we were supposed to read out the winners in this episode.
But we've already done that.
We did that on Monday's episode.
Because we wanted it to be spooky and compassed.
Yeah. So, the last installment of the spooky theme. It is a spooky feat. Please enter via our Discord. The link's in the description below.
Links in the description.
Yeah. And with that, let's just get into topics, shall we?
What we doing?
Today, I'm not going to patronize you. I know you can't read.
Never have been able to, never will be able to. Your educational system has failed you.
The entity has taken away your ability to read.
Your eyes.
I'm so sorry. Oh, your eyes.
Oh, yeah, the entity took the eyes.
Oh, God. When did the entity take the eyes?
Time ago.
Oh, okay.
Long time ago.
I know that you feel like you're just a husk of your former self right now, but that's just part of the process. Don't worry. You'll feel better soon.
We will have full autonomy.
Yeah, you'll feel better soon. Don't worry. So, today, we are doing D&D hot takes or unpopular opinions.
Hot takes.
I like to use the names interchangeably.
Yeah. I used to say hot takes one time, so I used to say
unpopular opinions another time. Who knows what I've actually titled the video? Who knows?
And who cares?
So, some of you have been very brave.
Uh-oh.
Some of you have sent in your unpopular opinions. Thank you so much to everyone who does this. I know, listen, let's say what we always say, right? These are obviously just our opinions.
It's a bit of content.
It's just a bit of fun.
Bit of content.
If we disagree with any of the unpopular any of the opinions you have.
If we disagree with any of your opinions, it's because we're right and you're wrong.
Yes. And I'm big, you're small.
No, if we disagree with anything that
that was a Matilda reference.
Oh, I can't remember the last time I watched that movie.
You can't remember the last time you watched Matilda?
No.
That's a really good
one. We've never watched it since we've been together.
We haven't.
So that's at least, 7.5 years?
You know what? It always used to show on what's the Channel 4 movies thing? No, the Channel 4 movies thing. Movie 4?
4 movie.
4 movies.
I don't know.
It always used to play on that. Anyway, sorry,
Anyway,
what?
If you use any of these rules, if you like any of these opinions, that's up to you. We don't care. We're just having a laugh. We're just making some content. We're just providing you with a bit of entertainment. Your opinion is your opinion, and that is yours, and it will never be taken away from you.
Absolutely. And we're just two idiots on the internet.
But you're wrong.
Yeah, but you're wrong. But you're wrong. But
Unless you're right.
What works at your table
Might not
works
work
at your table, and that's the most important thing.
100%.
And to be honest, we only really disagree with, we're only really nasty about like toxic ones, right?
Yeah.
If you're spreading any form of hate, we hate you.
Yeah, we just hate you.
There you go. All right, shall we get into it?
And if you're like, yeah, but it's my opinion, then it's shit.
Then shut up.
Then shut up.
And take your toxic ass somewhere else.
And go away. Because the Eldritch Podblast doesn't like you.
No, we don't.
And our subscribers don't either. And I speak for all of them.
Every single last one.
Every single one of them.
Yeah. Shall we just get into it?
Go, baby.
All right.
We're rocking number 01.
Rocking number 01. I don't know how many I have. It's a number.
This is a professional podcast.
Between 1 and 50. There is a number in there.
1 and 50.
1 and 50.
Prepare yourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Prepare
you're here forever. So, this has been sent in by Vince, and he goes by he, him, rat.
Vince.
It's Vince.
Vince from the Discord.
Vince from the Discord.
Go on then, Vince.
Most people are using investigation wrong. Searching / investigating / scanning a room over will almost certainly be a perception roll, since players are usually looking for something that shouldn't be there. Investigation would be appropriate for deducing clues / connections between objects / research on a certain topic / follow sources down a rabbit hole to find where it originated. Vince, did you watch the episode where I was like, it's so hard to say / and you were like, let's just
get my dabbing on the haters.
Yeah, let's just get as many slashes
Jake Paul
in here
style.
as possible.
Dabbing on the haters.
So, players searching for clues is perception. Players understanding the meaning of the item with its context is investigation. Investigation is an intelligence-based check and doesn't affect your ability to see something. Perception is a wisdom-based check and doesn't mean that you will understand anything about the item you have found.
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
I completely subscribe
to totally.
This.
I'm down with that.
I think a lot of the times, so let's just say we find a new room.
Mm-hmm.
We've traveled through the dungeon and we've got to the end.
Yeah.
And the players are like, oh, what do I see in the room? You're like, perception check.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody wants to, we've scanned it. We found a few things. And the players maybe want to do a slightly more in-depth look. Like, if you want to really scour and scrape through a place, I think that can be an investigation check.
Yeah, totally.
If you want to find the minute details.
Yeah.
But it is going to, I always think perception checks are a quick scan.
Yeah.
And an investigation check takes a lot of time.
Agreed. I think a perception check is something like, let's say we're looking for traps, right? Yes. It's like, do a perception check to see if you find any traps. And if you find one, it's do an investigation check to see if you understand the trap. I
would say finding a trap is an investigation check.
Because you have to like properly...
Yeah. A trap is hidden.
Yeah, true.
But at the same time, a rogue is hidden, and sometimes you can use a perception check to. So it depends. It depends how much time you want to check on the thing.
Yeah.
And going further into this, when you're like, oh, I found the artifact.
Yeah.
It's like, now I want to find out what the artifact does. That's an investigation.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Investigating, trying to figure something out about it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Like researching notes and trying to find things that like pop out. That's an investigation check.
And every table will do this differently. Like, I know a lot of tables who will just be like, if someone is going into a room looking for a specific thing, they're going to be like, give me an investigation check.
If it's a specific thing.
Like,
thing. Let's just say we found the room, we know exactly what we're looking for.
Let's try find this.
Piece of parchment with a spell on it.
Yeah.
Then it's like, that's an investigation
and
check.
I feel like if someone went in, like, let's say we knew that it was like a heavy object. If someone went in being like, can I just look to see if there's any strain on the wood where like a heavy object would be sat? I feel like that would be a perception check.
Yeah, so it's like the broader scope of your check.
Yeah.
Like, what's in here?
Yeah.
Perception check.
Yeah.
Can I see the parchment within this room of books? Investigation check.
Yeah. To be honest, I actually think Vince summed it up perfectly. Perception check is looking for something that shouldn't be there. Investigation will be deducting clues, connotations between the objects.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I'm totally with that. Yeah.
And I always think that investigation checks, like when you're asking for an investigation check, that's because the party are gonna take some time.
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do, like, an investigation check, like, in 6 seconds.
Mm.
Like, there's no way, because you just won't fucking find it.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah, I agree with this, 100%.
Yeah,
And
I'm with you on that one, Vince, honestly.
I think a lot of people maybe don't understand which one is appropriate.
And I get that.
Yeah,
like,
I get
even
that.
just from that
Totally.
conversation we had there,
Yeah,
like,
100%.
I get it. And, you know, I feel like that's the type of thing where it's like on the not first come first serve basis. What am I trying to say here?
Case by case.
Case by
basis.
that's it. It's on a case by case basis,
it's
right?
It's a good job that I can raise your mind.
Yes, God, it is. Imagine first come first serve.
First come,
you get
first serve.
the clues, the deductions.
Blue's Clues.
Blue's Clues. Oh,
I've never watched that. I don't even know what it is.
you've never watched Blue's Clues? Shut up. Have you really not?
No.
Oh,
I don't even know what it is.
you understand the premise of it.
Blue is looking for a clue.
Yeah, but who's Blue?
An investigator.
Oh my God, she's a little dog. He's a little dog. She has a girlfriend. Maybe she's like a
Damn, progressive
like
for
a-
its time.
yeah. Maybe
Nice.
she's like a I don't know.
Progressive
Like
in the media?
you know, the Babadook's like a queer
Gays
icon.
exist?
Yeah. What? No.
fuck?
No.
No, that's a controversial opinion on this hot take episode.
I don't know. I could have that totally wrong, but yeah, it's Blue is actually the dog, and then the investigator. I think his name's Steve.
Close.
And he. Anyway, it's good. It's good. It was
Nice.
good.
Might have
was
to
a
give
good
it a go.
hustle. Yeah. Yep.
Might have to take some time to watch that.
Thank you, Vince. Thanks for sending
Cheers,
that in.
Vince.
Thank you so much.
For your unpopular
Thank you.
opinion.
Thanks for putting.
Was it unpopular? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think that people do mix it up though.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people use it wrong, but just maybe by not understanding.
Yeah.
Because we ask for perception checks so much.
True.
You just get in the habit of asking for of perception checks.
I painted my nails last night too.
They look fabulous.
Thank you so much. Oh, I'm decked out. I'm decked out
You
for
are.
Khan.
You
Yeah.
fucking, she's serving up.
I am.
I'm not gonna say the word.
Gandalf.
Yeah, you're serving Gandalf.
Serving Gandalf.
I was gonna use the C word,
oh, yeah.
but I can't say that because I'll get demonetized.
Oh, yeah. I like
Thanks,
that.
YouTube.
Thank you. All right. This next
It's
one.
my favorite word as well.
It's your favorite. Well, no, it's not.
I think it is.
No, I don't think it is.
I love that word.
You do use it a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Anyway, this has been sent in by Anonablaster, and they go by they, he.
Thank you very much, Anonablaster,
Thank
for
you,
your submission.
Anonablaster. So I, as a queer person, disagree with you both about needing to be accepting about all queer people in their campaigns, so long as you discuss the themes of it with your players and you have safety tools in place.
Okay, so you don't agree with us. You don't disagree with us because we said this.
Yeah,
We said,
yeah.
Look, so when you start a podcast and you scour the internet for submissions and horrible things, you find a lot of people who don't subscribe to anything that we talk about here.
You find a lot of people who do things in bad faith.
So
yeah.
when we talk about those things on this podcast, we want to just set our stall out nice and clear that shit
Doesn't
isn't
fly.
acceptable.
Mhm.
It's not a fucking theme that we should be exploring. If you are in a group of people you love and people
And
you care
trust.
about and people you trust,
Yeah, people who you feel safe
with
around.
good safety tools and good communication,
Mhm.
and that those communication ways are open and you know that,
Mm.
and you want to explore darker themes,
Oh,
go for it.
oh my God, absolutely.
You can.
Absolutely. And you know what? I think after we'd said that, I can't even remember, was it like an unpopular opinions one?
What? When we said what?
When that person was like, just because I'm an ally in real life doesn't mean I'm going to make my gay friends comfortable in my game.
Yeah, see, that is in bad faith.
That's in bad faith. That's
Because
in complete bad faith.
You are an ally. And you are basically saying, I'm not going to make. It's like, no, you are going to make them comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But because we are so comfortable and I've talked about it and everyone's on the level that we are happy to explore these themes,
Mm-hmm.
then go for it. If you want to explore homophobia, racism, transphobia, because yes, these things need highlighting, because how the fuck are we ever going to make education to it?
True.
It's like Matt Mercer's second campaign. It's a war between drow and humans.
Yeah.
It's like the big scary people with the dark skin
Yeah.
over the hill in
Yeah.
Johas.
Mhm.
You know, like Matt Mercer isn't a racist.
No.
And he did it tastefully. And
Yeah.
wow, big surprise. They weren't the fucking bad guys.
Yeah,
in the end.
I know. And like, I think that's it, right? And I think I think you actually summarized that perfectly. It's people who do it in bad faith. And to a degree, like, I understand what you're saying. And there was actually like some comments in the Discord, because we have like
video discussion.
Yeah, we have like a channel where people discuss the videos, and someone specifically said, and I feel like it could have potentially been this person who submitted.
Yeah.
Said like, it makes me feel unwelcome. You saying that talking about any of these things in game aren't okay, and that's absolutely not what we're saying. Just to be so clear, that is not what we're saying.
We've said this before, but the thing is, on a macro scale, when you're talking to the internet, when you're talking to everyone,
publicly,
we will put our ideals first of saying that we do not fucking subscribe to that bullshit, and we never have and we never will. And if you want to fucking homophobically, transphobically, racially abuse somebody, you're not welcome here, and you can fuck off, because we will not fucking tolerate it. And the thing is, if you're going into a game full of fucking strangers, which, let's be honest, a lot of games in this day and age are.
Yeah. And it is a male dominated world as well.
I'm going to tell you that not touching those subjects is probably a better thing, because you do not have safety tools. The amount of games that start with safety tools not set up is a lot.
Yeah.
You know, strangers, people who don't know each other. It's like, I can tackle those at my table because I know everyone and I know what they are comfortable with and they know me. If you're going to go into a game full of fucking strangers and you're like, I'm just going to put homophobia in there, and you haven't like opened that line of communication with a queer person in your party.
Well, it's exactly like Anonablaster says, like, you should discuss this with people.
Yeah.
You should have safety tools in place. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and the thing is, we've said this, but the thing is, I would much rather put my best foot forward in saying these things aren't acceptable, because a lot of strangers play D&D together, and I would rather that not get explored in bad taste than potentially it could be everyone's happy with it, but we don't actually know.
Absolutely.
If you want to explore dark themes in your game, do it.
Yeah.
But just make sure.
Please make sure everyone feels safe and comfortable, and you've set out exactly what is going to happen, and you have the tools in place. If for whatever reason it oversteps, not intentionally, someone can say, and you can leave it there and move on, because it's the most important thing is everyone feels safe and welcome at your table, and we will never ever ever say anything other than that. Like, that is the most important thing.
I completely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, no, me too.
And I understand that you got to understand from our perspective, we're just trying to protect people.
Totally.
And protect the people that we care about, protect the people in this community. I think it's a great idea. Like, you know, musicians that I listen to sing about these things.
Yeah.
And, you know, and like, I've consumed a large amount of media, a humongous amount of media about these subjects. And, you know, like, if I was just like, never do it, then those artists that I love wouldn't have ever done those things. But it's just so hard when you're playing a game with people that you don't know to be like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, totally.
Let's protect each other first.
Yeah.
If you want to do it, go ahead and do it, but just make sure everyone is comfortable and everyone is okay with it.
Totally. And especially the people who were affected by it.
Yeah, like the people it matters the most to.
Exactly. Especially your trans friends, your non-binary friends, your queer friends. Like, make sure especially that they're comfortable.
So yeah, I never want anybody who watches this podcast to think that we don't think that tackling those subjects and highlighting them isn't the right thing to do, because that is the right thing to do. But if we just start to tackle it in a nonchalant, not protected, not clever way, then that's actually more harmful than it is good.
And I also think there's something to be said. Look at us. We are cis, white, for the most part, straight people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Well, me.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know, I am half white. You know what I mean? Like, we are cis people who do not understand what trans people, what queer people, etc. have gone through. And there's sometimes it's like, how far does it go if we're trying to implement these things in our games without having that experience
before it truly understand?
It becomes like, I don't think the right word for a character is, but do you know what I mean? Before it gets to a point where it's like, how can we even speak on these things because we've not experienced it? And I think what Anonablaster is trying to say, like, I'm potentially speaking for you here. It's like, I don't want people to think we're speaking over those voices, because we're not. We are simply allies, and we're here to like push you up, right?
When we want to make a space that's protected for you, that's comfortable for you.
Yeah.
And if I can stop one random white guy from going, I'm going to put SA in my game because I think that's a good idea. And it's just like, I understand that highlighting SA and bringing light to it, because people have been through it, is a good thing to do. But maybe you're not doing it for the reasons that you should be.
You're not doing it for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Totally.
And, like, I understand that maybe, I could completely understand why you put the submission in. I completely understand why you're saying it, but at the same time, that's not what we're saying.
No, totally not. Totally not. Just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah.
Totally just wanted to clear that up.
You know, like, we've said it before, but I think you have to understand why we say it over why we don't say the other thing.
Totally. And you know what? Sometimes when we're sat here being like, don't put that stuff in your game. Yeah, I totally get it.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Get with?
I totally get with.
I get with it.
So, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe this helps put some context to those things a little bit.
I mean, we've said it before, but, you know, like, maybe not as many times as we've been like, don't put it in your game.
Yeah. There's been a few people who have said that maybe we're not potentially being the best allies that we could be, and we deeply apologize for that. And all I can say to that is we try. We really try. The best we can do is try. We don't believe in being a perfect ally because we don't think there is such a thing.
There isn't such a thing.
But
and if you think you are, this is the thing. It was like when I've spoken about being a dungeon master before. If you think you're a great dungeon master and you're the best dungeon master, it's like that's when you'll fail. Because you think you're the complete article and you've got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
If you think you're the perfect ally and you're the perfect person, then that's when you're going to begin to fail because you're like, how could I ever get better than this?
Yeah.
We can always be better. Every single one of us.
Always.
Me and Margaret.
Oh my God, 100%.
And, you know, like we're learning too. We're just people. But as long as, in my opinion, if your heart's in the right place, then you're in a good starting point.
Yeah.
And, you know, all we've ever wanted to do here is highlight horrible things that have happened to people so it doesn't happen to other people.
Yeah.
And just protect each other.
Yeah, just know that we're really trying. That's all. We're just really
of course
trying.
we are. And you are.
Yeah.
And this person is.
And that's why you're here. And that's why we love you all. So thank you.
Boom. Hit him with the...
Sorry. Did I blow the mic out again?
No.
Okay, good. Did I blow the mic out again?
No.
Oh God, I'm so paranoid about blowing the mic out.
It's not the mic you're blowing out. You're blowing my headphones out.
Oh, well, I mean, that's so bad, right?
I mean, I would like to... Didn't.
Shall I just absolutely feral? Thank you very much, Anonablaster, for your submission.
Anonablaster.
All right, this has been sent in by Wrangell, and they have left no pronouns.
Okay, thank you very much, Wrangell.
Thank you so much, Wrangell. Margaret will disagree with me on this one.
Uh-oh, it's something about small races.
Being a DM is far better than being a player. I love making a fun PC as much as the next guy, but I usually want to change characters within 6 to 8 sessions. I feel limited in what I can do, and I don't fall in love with them like most people. I don't like not having control of what the world does as a PC, but if I get to be the world and respond to my players' actions, that is an amazing feeling. As you might have guessed by now, I am my group's forever DM, and I love it. Found you guys on TikTok. Love you too in the show. I listen every day while working.
Amazing.
Keep it up. Thank you, Wrangell.
You are me.
You are in the minority.
You are me.
You're right.
I am the same.
Yeah.
I create a character and I'm like hyped for it, and then I'll just get bored after a few sessions because that's just who I am.
Yep.
And having like the world at my fingertips is what I enjoy more. And telling the story and telling the narrative and reacting to my players, that's what I care about.
Totally. And you're really good at it. Yeah, you're really good at it.
And I imagine this person is as well.
Yeah, no, agreed. And you know what? Is this an unpopular opinion? Yeah, probably, right?
Probably, because there's far more
players than there is DMs,
yeah.
right? And you know, I completely understand the whole like I want to change my character every 6 to 8 sessions.
Yeah.
I get that. Could never be me. I'm not good with change, but I completely get it. And I feel like this literally is you.
Yes,
This literally is you.
This is exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Like being a player just does not fill the void for me.
Yeah.
The dungeon mastering does.
Yeah.
And I think like at the beginning I didn't realize that because I had never been a dungeon master, but the moment I had been a dungeon master, I could just tell I could never go back.
Totally. Yeah. And you like that was so obvious. Like literally the very first session you ran, you could tell that was it.
Yeah.
Like that was it for you.
I was in my element.
Very much so. And there's what was I gonna say? Oh no, I had a point. I feel like here, Wrangell says like, I don't like not having control of the world. I think that's a big thing for you as well. You like being able to, if you have an idea, you like to be able to just immediately explore it.
Like, and this is my toxic trait. That's just it is. And look, I'm not going to deny it. Like if I join a campaign and there's like a bad guy or something happening in the world, I'll go home and I'll think about it. And if that doesn't come to fruition in the exact way that I think, I'm like, what a shame.
Yeah,
and that's why I need to be the dungeon master.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of, I don't know. Is that a common thing?
I don't think so.
No, I don't know. I don't know, actually. Yeah. See, and that's why I hated being the DM. I hate being in control.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like being in control, but like not of.
When we're making lists.
Yeah. Oh, spreadsheets. Oh.
I'll be in control any day,
Oh,
baby.
any day. But, I didn't like that element of it. Like, I like to be entangled in the mystery, and I like to unravel a mystery. Yeah. And that's why me DMing solidified I never want to do that again.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Do we think Wrangell's opinion is unpopular?
I think it is unpopular.
I think it is unpopular
there's
as
so
well.
many more players than there is
Yeah,
Dungeon
totally. But I'm so happy. I'm happy for your players too, Wrangell.
Happy for you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Wrangell. So this next one has been sent in by Paige or Stirling, both work, and our pronouns are she, they.
Thank you, Paige/Stirling.
Paige/Stirling.
For your submission.
So I don't think you should refer to spell slots or levels in-game or in character.
Okay.
No, in-game or in character. Instead, you should refer to high-level spells and the ability to cast them by using progression, in brackets cultural, academic, etc., on some in-world rating system to indicate your proficiency. Mm-hmm. This could be reflected with the ease that the spell is used to cast with, requiring less focus or effort in the flavor text. Using up spell slots should be reflected in a physical where... I knew it. Go on. Go on. Spell slots. Should be reflected in a physical weariness that takes over the character or a narrative difficulty to cast spells. Mm-hmm. This could even extend to levels, going from rumors spread to having people tell stories in taverns and so on, and class names if it doesn't make sense for those to be used in universe. I find using system nomenclature system nomenclature removes me.
Perfect.
I'm so sorry from the narrative because I'm being reminded I'm playing a game and it makes me a little bored. This is also coming from an author and a world builder that's ramping up to start a campaign in a said homebrew world that has a very complicated relationship with magic. So do have a very different perspective from someone that's just a player or a DM.
And I can guarantee you're the sort of person who also doesn't like saying a number for your hit points.
How many hit points you're on. Yeah.
So like Josh and Matthew were very much like this in our first campaign.
Yes.
And a lot of people are like this.
I feel like, I agree. I feel like a lot of people are like this.
I think that, when you're talking about spell slots, and let's just say I only have a fifth, like I've got to the point where I've got one 5th level spell.
Yes.
And I cast it, and then someone's like, can you do that again? You're like, I don't have the energy.
Yeah.
That takes a lot. Like, that's a beautiful way to do it.
I agree, very much so.
There's a lot of people who don't give a fuck and who would just say the words, I've used my 5th level spell for the day, I'm sorry, mate.
Me.
Like, yeah. And there's some people who are like, just tell me what fucking hit points you're on so I can heal you.
Me.
Yeah. Like, Margaret is this person, and there's other people who don't like to say it because it's like, how would you know? And I get it. Totally fine.
Well, we had that submission from the advice being like, I'm the healer, and no one tells me fucking hit points.
Yeah, but that's not because they don't want to know.
That was a very extreme case. That
was a completely
very extreme case.
Crazy case.
What do you think?
This is unpopular, I think.
It's
totally fine, and if that's the way you want to do it, go for it. You are hurting nobody.
Yeah,
by talking
I don't know. I feel like this is a 50-50.
I think more people are in the camp of just tell me what HP you're on, tell me what spell slots you've got.
Listen, right? I wish I could be this person.
Yeah.
I wish I could be the person who describes the things I do in a certain way, but I'm simply not, because I like to focus on other things. And if I'm talking in riddles about like my spell slots or my rages, for example, although saying that, there has been times in character discussion. I feel like there's two parts of it. There's two wolves inside of you.
There is two wolves definitely inside of Margaret.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Like there's part of me where in character, if like Hermeta would say to Rayla, can you turn into a wolf again? And Rayla would be like, I'm sorry, like I can't anymore, like I'm too exhausted. And
I think it was just when you were a healer. And
I think it was,
and people were like not wanting to tell you their HP.
I could have strangled all of them. I could have strangled them, both of them. But yeah, like, but then the thing is, we strategize a lot above table. Mm-hmm. If we're going into like the final boss fight, we are going to sit for 10 minutes beforehand above table, and we're going to exchange character sheets. We're going to look at what everyone has, and we're going to work out a plan beforehand.
Yes.
And that is what brings joy to us.
Yeah, we love doing that. We love the preparation. We love the planning.
And we have to, because your combats are incredibly difficult.
Yes.
I feel like if we didn't and we tried to speak in riddles like this, it would be a mess.
Yeah, I think it would be pretty messy.
It would be bad. And that just goes to show how every table is different. Doing this at your table simply wouldn't work.
Yeah. I think with this as well, I think you've got to have everybody subscribe to it.
Very much so. Yeah,
I think
very
you've got
much
to
so.
it's almost a session 0. Like when we talk about spell slots, we don't talk about them as like slots that we've got in our character sheet. We talk about like energy spent and how tired we are and things like that. And the thing is, I don't think anything's really wrong with that. As long as you find a clear way to communicate what you have and do not have without saying the words, I don't have a 3rd level spell slot.
I envy you, Paige.
Yeah, and I
envy you.
I don't think there's anything wrong with this at all.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
I do think it probably airs on the more unpopular side though.
Yeah, I think this is probably a 50-50 split.
I think it's probably close, but I think it's probably airs on the more unpopular side.
Yeah, and you know what? Kudos to you for
100%.
giving your world like a complicated relationship with magic. Like that is, I feel like that is going above and beyond.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous. So well done.
There you go. You've made Margaret jealous.
I'm jealous of you. I wish I could be this poetic and whimsical, but I simply don't have it in me.
Whimsy.
Thank you so much, Paige or Sterling.
Thank you, Paige or Stirling.
What do you think? Let us know. I'm very interested to know what people.
What do you do at your table?
Yeah, I'm interested to know about what people think of this.
Tell me at your table what you do.
Yeah, please do. I guess it depends how much like metagaming you allow as well, right?
The thing is, I don't think many people would think that telling you how many spell slots or what HP you're on is metagaming.
Oh, I don't know.
I think because to me that isn't metagaming. Like,
yeah, I know, but
I understand that it technically is because it's out of game knowledge, and you know, like you're technically putting a number on your HP. But at the same time, like to me, that's just a quality of life thing. Like I would rather know if I'm the healer and my barbarian's like, I'm a bit hurt, and I'm like, tell me what HP you're on. So I can heal you. Like I would rather them just tell me so I can heal them. Same. That won't break to me, that's not enough to break my immersion. I'm still happy to just role play through it.
Yeah, whereas, for Paige, like she explicitly says,
fine.
Breaks my immersion.
Totally fine.
Yeah. Oh, I'd like to know what people think.
I think that'll split.
Yeah, I think that will split as well. Thank you, Paige.
Thank you, Paige. / Stirling.
/ So this one has been sent in by Lief, Viking.
Oh, Lief, you love putting in a submission.
And the pronouns. I'm going to give you another thing to add to your name, Lief, is they/then.
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 You are now just a moment in time.
A mere moment in time. Lief. Find a way to work that into your name. So, thank you, Lief.
Thank you, Lief.
When making a character for a one-shot, it should not be frowned upon to make a character built for it. For example, making a grave cleric or a paladin for an undead-themed one-shot has, in my eyes, been considered metagaming, and that basically you shouldn't do that. I disagree with this. Thoughts?
See, that exact example, it is kind of broken.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going into a undead campaign, and you're just smiting the fuck out of undead shit, you're going to be just absolutely destroying everything.
True.
If you bring in a cleric, then you're just going to be turning undead all the time, and it's going to be, or destroying undead even, and it's going to, so I get that example exactly is kind of busted. But let's just say you want to go into a vampire thing and you're a blood hunter, what I mean? Like, that's thematic, yet not that broken.
Do you hear that noise my mouth made then?
No.
It's weird. A weird noise.
But the thing is, I totally agree.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Making something built for the campaign.
But what about a one shot?
For a one shot, it's also, I think I completely agree with it.
Yeah.
But those examples, exactly. If you're just running a gauntlet of undead fucking enemies and you're just like, well, I'm bringing a cleric, and then it's like,
well, see.
I get it. I get exactly why you do it.
I think it depends, right? I think it's fine no matter what. I think it's fine no matter what. But I feel like that exact example there, right? It depends, I think, between the player and the DM, how open you're being about it.
Yeah.
If you're like, I'm going to make a grave cleric.
And I'm not going to tell a single person, and I'm going to turn up, and I'm just going to turn undead all the time.
I feel like that has a different connotation to, you've all sat down, you've had the world primer, you're talking about characters, and you go, oh my God, I'm going to play a paladin.
Yeah, the Dungeon Master's like, it's going to be an undead gauntlet, and there's going to be loads of combat, and you're just going to smash through loads of zombies, and you go, can I play a cleric? And they go,
Yeah, you know what I mean? I feel like there's kind of two different ways to do this.
There's two wolves inside of you.
There's two wolves inside of you.
Especially inside Lief.
Exactly. Especially inside Lief.
In that moment in time.
Yes, in that moment of time. Yeah, I think it's totally fine.
Totally fine. I'd rather you did it than not did it. I would, like, you know me.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yep.
If I'm like, yeah, old school fantasy, real fucking like wooden houses and shit, and then you're like, I'm gonna play a plasmoid from outer space. I'm like,
yeah.
You can be a plasmoid, but we need to reskin it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Theming to me is very important.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, especially for a one shot.
Yeah. 100%.
Like, especially. But I can see the argument from the other side of it. I can, but like I would understand that more for a full-time campaign.
Yeah, and also for a new DM.
Totally.
And maybe it's like a new DM sort of like power builder, like
collision. Yeah, totally. But no, yeah, I think that's fine. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think that's unpopular?
I don't think that's an unpopular opinion. I think that's totally fine.
Yeah, I do too.
I think thematically, like, it's very good. And if it's strong as well, bonus.
Yeah.
But just make sure your Dungeon Master's prepared for it.
Indeed.
Make sure your Dungeon Master's prepared for how much of a Giga Chad you are going to be.
Yeah.
That's what we want to make sure.
All right, that's it for the submissions.
Well done, everyone.
Thank you so much. There was a lot
fantastic.
there. There was many submissions
there was five submissions.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
if
much
you have
for your
more
unpopular opinions.
Send them in.
Yeah, give me your hot takes.
Please,
Come on, give me your hot takes.
Give them to me.
Come on.
So these are all from the Reddit,
Mm-hmm.
apart from the very last one, which is a submission that I have left because it's funny.
Because it's hilarious.
Let's just get into the Reddit ones. So this first one is: eating at the table is rude and annoying.
What are you talking about, man? I love scrambling some food at the table.
That's the best part.
We
get to
the hat. Everyone comes here, and then we'll all eat.
Yep.
Like Josh will have a meal deal, as he does every time.
Always.
Matthew will drink some Huel.
Abby will have some bread.
Abby will have some bread or like
a crumpet.
Or a crumpet or something like that.
Yeah.
I'll eat like some crisps.
Yeah.
And you'll eat like a baguette that I've got you from the shop.
Yeah.
And then we've got the snacks and we put them out on the table and we all just scran.
Oh yeah, we put our nasty little grubby hands in that same bowl.
I just... Why? I think I need to understand why you don't like it.
So, you know what? There was actually so many people agreeing with this.
Well,
and like,
shut up.
I do get it. I get it. Listen, if you have someone who's like dirty Cheeto hands, like putting their fingers in the fucking what's it
and then touching
like,
your character sheet,
getting all the like the do you know what I mean?
I can get that.
I get it. And you know what? I understand if someone's having like, well, no, I was gonna say I understand if someone's having like a full blown meal and they're like distracted from the game.
If they're like pushing everevero's stuff aside and sitting down with the three-courser and they're lighting the candles up and the like waiters coming in and say, "Oh meal,
omelette du fromage."
What series is that from?
Come on. You know that. You know that.
But yeah, no, nothing wrong with it. I
feel like D&D is the time to eat and snack.
Man, you just hanging with your friends.
Yeah,
totally. You're having some bickies, you're having some crisps, you're having some chocky.
Totally. Snacks are always fucking welcome here.
Snacks are, I don't want to say mandatory.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're pretty mandatory.
They're pretty mandatory.
Yeah. I think that's very unpopular.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, unpopular.
Eating at the table should not be a controversial thing. If you get hungry, what are you going to do? Stop the game? No, we're going to eat at the table.
Yeah. All right, this next one is: persuasion, deception, and other social skills should come down to the player's ability to make an argument.
Shut up.
Sure, the bard can roll a 32 persuasion check that's nigh on impossible to beat in order to get information from the target. Or you can come up with a semi-decent argument or reason why they should give it up, aside from, tell us what you know, that's a 32 persuasion. Basically, persuasion, deception, intimidation to an extent shouldn't be auto-win or mind control options or checks. Social interaction should come down to the skills of the players, not the roll of the dice. While yes, there are some who may not be able to formulate a proper thought or remember a specific detail, but as long as I, the DM, can understand what they want, no roll should be necessary. It's a role-playing game. People should be able
Exactly. It is a role-playing game, my friend. I feel like you've just destroyed your whole argument.
People should be able to role-play a scenario out with little to no rolling.
Do you know what this reminds me of?
Go on.
These are the debate me bros.
Yeah, I know.
These are the debate me bros.
Oh my God, I know.
These are like Sneeko debate me bro.
Yeah.
Like, the thing is, right, you give this entire speech about how it should be this thing, and then you go, it's a role-playing game, and then your entire argument crumbles before your own eyes because it is a role-playing game.
With dice.
Like, the whole point is, look, if you are basically making the person, the charisma, the perception, the persuasion, the intimidation check, not the character.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point, is we are playing characters.
We're playing someone else.
When you ask me to roll an attack roll, do you ask me to pick up a great sword, swing it in the kitchen, and if you decide it is a good enough swing,
do you hit?
That means I hit.
Yeah. Do you want to the most top voted comment and reply to this?
Go on.
Well, that's why I set DCs for physical checks and push-ups, not dice rolls. Can you imagine strength checks being an auto win just because you statted into it? Ridiculous.
What?
Hit the gym if you want to play a barbarian, you fucking nerd.
Oh my god. And these are the sorts of bros we're dealing with, people.
No, that's a joke.
Oh, right,
That's
okay.
a joke.
All right.
That's satire. That's satire.
See, I can never tell with Reddit.
That's satire.
I can never tell. Okay.
Totally a joke.
Yeah, but that's it.
Agreed. That's the exact perfect argument.
Yeah, imagine expecting to do something when you spec into it and use those points.
And then like the thing is, that perfect argument. What is the argument back to that?
None.
What's different? Why? Because it's not role playing. Yes, it is.
The argument back to that is with these people is debate me, bro, and they'll begin to shout at each other, and they'll begin to make nonsensical points because they've been destroyed with facts and logic, and they have nothing to come back to.
Yeah, and then it'll come back to my mother.
It'll be something like
mother,
your mum, or something like that.
Yeah. I completely. What's the point in playing a character that's not you, that you specifically stat into? You get expertise as a bard as well.
well, you do now.
Yeah.
In 1D&D.
I thought you got expertise as a bard anyway.
No, do you?
Yeah.
Do you get jack of all trades? Do you get expertise?
Maybe I'm thinking of jack of all trades.
Because I think the only person who has expertise is a rogue, but they're making expertise classes going into, which is the range of the rogue.
Maybe I'm thinking of jack. No, surely bards have expertise.
Anything that they don't have proficiency and they get to add something to because they've got jack of all trades.
You know what? I think I'm thinking of jack of all trades.
Anyway.
Yeah. Anyway.
Anyway. I was going to say something and I can't remember what I was going to say. I was going to say
What was he about to say?
What was I about to say?
What was he about to say?
What was I about to... Oh, yeah. I actually go the complete other way.
Yeah.
So if you, like, let's just say you're trying to persuade somebody or deceive somebody. If you play on their, like, the in-game knowledge you know about this person, or maybe something that they want or something that they need, if you play on that, I will actually lower the DC, or even sometimes let you auto succeed. If you like like taking notes and thinking about it, like I will reward you for using your in-game knowledge to just auto succeed or lower the DC.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't make a particularly persuasive argument, or but you still want to persuade, I'm happy for you to roll persuasion check.
Yeah, I think that's it. Like I was gonna say, we've had this discussion before. It can go the other way.
Yeah.
It can go the way of the DM hearing what you're saying and being like, oh, yeah, okay.
That was actually so persuasive.
Yeah, but
fine.
Not going, you have to make the argument.
You have to make.
There's no role.
A good argument just helps your case.
It doesn't make the case.
Make the case.
Yeah, it isn't. Yeah.
You have to say or.
Yeah, I hate this. I really hate this opinion.
Shit.
Like this is like, tell me you don't want your players to succeed.
Tell me you actually don't understand Dungeons and Dragons or TTRPGs at all.
Yeah,
tell me you don't know what this is.
Yeah, this is just lame. This is just a really lame take, and so many people agreed with this. Like, I just don't get it. Like, no. And again, it's because charisma is such a grey area stat, I think. Yeah. And there's a lot of people who subscribe to this. And why?
Because
why?
Idiots.
What's the fun in that? Is that fun? Is that fun? Okay, on to the next one.
Number 8.
This is, in quotes, my job is to make sure the players have fun is an absolute doormat DMing philosophy. It often fails as its listed purpose. Games run by people, but by most people-pleasing DMs are often dominated by one or two incredibly self-absorbed players. Everyone has to sit around enduring someone's cringe fanfic, and any complaint leaves the DM basically going, how can I make you both happy? Which is impossible to do when one party wants to have the game revolve around them.
Go on, babe.
Like, maybe this is an example you've seen with your own 2 eyes.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Maybe this is something that you have seen. does that mean that every DM who says I want to have my make sure my players have fun are working on that exact same thing you've seen? No.
This is see, like when I hear shit like this, I just can't help but feel like they just want to say something, but they're just so scared of saying it.
Yeah, I know.
They want to say this person wants to say the word walk.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I know.
what
They want to say something like I completely agree. But you know, they even say it here themselves, an absolute doormat DMing philosophy. Why?
Walk all over. Just like I think that. Yeah, I mean, look, I do not subscribe to the fact that your players should always succeed at everything that they want to do. Because that does lead to boring DMing.
Yeah, and that isn't always fun.
Like
right?
challenges and losing can make wins feel way better in the end.
Yeah.
Like that's fine, and we can have that philosophy if our players don't always win and sometimes they lose.
Yeah.
But also, look out for them.
Yeah,
and make sure that they're comfortable.
I really fucking hate this opinion, and we know exactly what type of people they are. When they sit on the outside and they play in a certain way and they act a certain way with their players or their DM and they follow these really strict rules and they look in and they see people saying things, I just want my players to have fun, and they see them having fun, but because it's not fun in the way that they perceive fun to be, they're like, that's pathetic. That's doormat DMing. And it's like, I get rid of the connotation that people around you supporting you and saying, I want to make you both happy. How can we all have fun? Like, that's not a boring snowflake doormat thing to do.
No.
That's actually being an empathetic being to the people around you and caring for the people around you and wanting them to have a good time.
It's like, I feel like this person cannot understand that, like, they've got to, like, dunk on their players all the time. And if I'm not dunking on you, and if I'm not beating you, and if I'm not fucking kicking your ass, then, like, you're having too much fun.
Yeah, and I feel like this could actually be broken into two halves, right?
Yeah.
Like, my job to make sure the players have fun is a doormat thing to say, and then there's always two incredibly self-absorbed players. Those are two separate points. I actually don't see how they're related at all. Potentially from this person's like experiences, they're related, but they're actually not related. Like, you make sure all of us are happy. There isn't a single one of us who sucks up all the air all the time constantly. We're all very equal, right? And if we're not equal, it's because we choose not to be and we enjoy doing it that way.
And
these things aren't interchangeable.
No, they're not. There's just two separate points here. This person's just taking out frustration and maybe doesn't understand.
Which I
maybe doesn't understand how to word it.
Yeah, which I
sort
get.
of like mash the keyboard and then hope that it was a sensible point, which it isn't.
No, it isn't.
But like you guys go through hardships and loss and you lose and sometimes it's like the bottom of the barrel moments and then it makes the wins feel sweeter. But I always want to make sure everyone's having a good time. Yeah. Because the thing is, what the fuck's point in coming to Dungeons & Dragons?
That's the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that we are friends who play a game together to have fun. Is it because I don't know because I don't play with like strangers who I don't know. True.
Is this like a thing that happens with like people who don't know each other at the table?
I don't know.
Is it like a puff your chest out moment and asserting your dominance sort of thing that you're trying to do?
Yeah, potentially.
Because first of all, cringe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So
cringe.
the
oh my god, cringe.
The cringest. Like making sure that everyone's having a good time is paramount. But we can also like have difficult moments.
Yeah, of course.
And have hardships and things like that at the same time. I feel like you're just to say I don't know who you are and I don't know how you dungeon master, but maybe you can't quite comprehend how to like get those two working in unison.
Yeah, and maybe
everyone having a good time and also me.
Yeah, I and you know what? I understand. Like the DM versus player mentality is a thing I think very common in old editions of D&D.
Yeah.
Not so much now. Definitely not in the generation of players like us.
Yeah.
Right. And I think this is the type of thing, this is the type of shitty gatekeeping, toxic bullshit that needs to be completely forgotten.
Yeah.
The most important thing is that you have fun. And do not let anyone tell you you're a doormat because you're thinking of the people around you.
We can have fun and run a hard game.
Yeah, totally.
We can have fun and tackle difficult subjects.
Yeah, totally.
We can do those things. And I think maybe your inability to do that is causing you frustration.
I really fucking hate the whole like, oh, you're soft. Oh, you're a snowflake. Shut up.
Yeah.
Being kind is cool. Being nice is fun. Shut up.
I'm cool.
All right, so this next one is everyone who plays a rogue has main character syndrome. I have literally never played with a rogue who didn't. It's what my character would do all over everyone else's good time.
Look, you have just been hurt.
Liberate the rogue!
You have just been in a game with a few of those people, but not every single person.
No.
Because I played with Matthew, who is the least that's what my character would do person on Earth.
Absolutely.
So,
and he played a rogue. Absolutely.
Couldn't have been any less stereotypical rogue.
It's like you've played with bad players, not bad rogues.
Exactly. That's a great way of putting it. Bad players, not bad rogues.
You know what? Like, rogues, I understand, right? Rogues do have a tendency to attract the type of edgy gameplay, lone wolf, by nature, right?
Yes, because you have the capability to do so. You have the capability to sneak away from the party, to steal things, to do nefarious things.
Yeah, totally.
And the people who want to do those things gravitate towards that character.
Of course, but it's not bad rogues.
It's not bad rogues.
It's bad players.
Exactly, it's bad players.
And liberate the rogues. Come on, rogue
Let's rally around the rogues.
Yeah.
Rally around the rogues. Rally around the rogues.
Uh-huh.
Rally around the rogues. Rally around the rogues.
Any more?
No, that was it.
Okay.
That was the end of the song.
All right.
That was the chorus.
Oh.
I'll hit you with the verse next week.
Go on, what's the verse?
No, I'll hit you with the next week.
Okay, all right. Can I have a hint?
Yeah, it's about stealing shit.
It's about saying it's what my character would do.
It does have that quote in there.
Oh, yeah, no, Do you think that's unpopular? I don't think it is that unpopular.
The thing is, I think if we all used our brains,
if we had
we would understand that that's unpopular.
Thinking.
That it's the player, not the class.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, very.
You played with bad rogues.
Yeah. Huh?
You played with bad rogues.
Yeah.
But rogues aren't bad.
No, bad players. All right. This next one.
I'm hungry.
Are you hungry? Yeah, I'm quite hungry as well. McDonald's?
Maybe.
All right.
I'll think about it.
So this next one is casters should blow marshals out of the water at high levels.
Why though?
Yeah,
why? Is it because you want to reward them for lasting that long with their terrible HP? I get it, but it's not the case.
Yeah, see, I saw someone agreeing with this, and they said, that's just how fantasy is. Like, people with magic should be stronger. And it's like, you know what? I can't disagree. I can't say I totally disagree with that. In fantasy, yes, people with magic are capable of doing more. More powerful things.
I don't think I can agree with the words, that's just how fantasy is.
Yeah, I know, because what is fantasy?
Because what is fantasy?
I know.
Fantasy is whatever we want. So being like, this is it.
Yeah, you know what, actually? When I say... You know what? Actually, that point doesn't stand, because it's like in real life, if someone had magic, they would be more powerful than one of us.
Yeah, because none of us have magic.
Yeah. So actually, in a fantasy setting, I guess that doesn't really make sense.
Like, the thing is, why? It makes no sense for that to be the case, because it's like, have you been through anything extra for being a caster? Have you had to do anything differently to anybody else? Did you go on extra missions because you were a caster? Like, what? Yes, you have less HP, and yes, you have a squishy hammer class. That's because you have spells and you stand at the back.
Yes.
Like, the whole point is you have disadvantages because you have spells. And the marshals of the world don't have those advantages because they've got massive ACs and greatswords.
Yeah.
Like, there shouldn't be a divide because there's no extra things that you have to go through to get extra power.
Yeah, I think in terms of world building, if you're watching a television show, a movie, a book, yes, completely. In terms of a game that
we
all play as humans, unfortunately, boo. A game that we're all on the same level playing field and we all play something. Yeah, there shouldn't be a divide in any form. Let's take magic out of it. There shouldn't be a divide. Everyone should be equal, and everyone should be able to do equal amount of things, because that's how it should be.
Because it's a game.
Yeah, because it's a game.
Like, look, we play World of Warcraft. Like, and this is the thing. We play World of Warcraft, and the class balance is never perfection.
No, there's always a meta.
Because having each class being able to do different things means you've either got to perfectly, to a hair, balance them, and even if you do, there'll be exploits and ways to make things better and worse.
Yeah.
Like, balance is tough when you get into a game. the balance could be better, and I think it is getting better with one D&D.
Completely.
But, is it ever going to be absolutely perfect? No, because numbers are involved, and as soon as we get numbers involved,
then of course
differentiating numbers between classes, it's going to scale weirdly.
And that's part of the fun. That is part of the fun. But yeah, I think there shouldn't be a divide, and I think the idea that casters should blow marshals out of the water.
It's like you're not giving a reason though.
Yeah, it just isn't fair. It just isn't fair.
What's the actual reason?
Do we think that this is unpopular?
Yeah, I think it probably is. I think it is.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody wants the game to be even more imbalanced.
True.
Why the fuck would we want a game to be even more imbalanced?
True. And you know what? When I sit here and I'm like, oh, do I think it's unpopular or not? I'm thinking in the grand scope of people who
trying to.
Like the D&D on a whole, not our community. I feel like a lot of our community align with what we think.
What?
Right?
We attract the people that agree with us?
No.
Wild.
But even then, like we all have different opinions on things, right?
Of course we do.
Naturally, and so you should.
Because we are humans.
Yeah,
and
so you should.
Every single one of us has lived a different life, so our opinions will differ slightly.
Of course.
And that's okay.
Of course. On to the next one.
On to the next
one.
To the next.
What number is this?
It is number 11.
11. This is from Reddit. All new players should be forced to play humans.
Agree.
I believe that there's a lot of nuance to role-playing a different species that did not learn and grow with the same biological constraints. Just for an example, dwarves, elves, gnomes should be more alien in their worldviews and attitudes towards life and death than a human should be, seeing as all of those races have an average lifespan of 4 to 10 times greater than that of a human. A lot of players just pick shit they think looks cool, but just play them as they want because they believed a medieval human... just play them as what they believed a medieval human would have behaved. To me, that's just weak sauce.
Weak sauce. Damn.
So I feel like, again, there's two parts to this.
Yeah.
And
go on.
I actually do agree with the human.
Everyone should play human.
No, fuck off. I actually do agree with the specific part of like elves, gnomes, and dwarves probably would have a different perspective on life, right? Because of their long time spans. However, it's human beings playing these creatures, so you can't blame human beings for not being able to conceive being alive for 1,000 years.
Yeah, like the thing is with this, it's like you want to make traditional fantasy absolute canon across all games.
Yes,
and it's like some people don't want to do that.
Yeah, and it's you know what? I think the thing here is sometimes it's just not important to some people
and
too.
Sometimes it's just not fucking fun.
Yeah, totally. Like playing like an elf that's like 1,000 years old who has like an alien view on like, do they have alien views on humans? Because to them, humans are something that last for a blink of an eye.
Yeah, a blip a drop in the ocean of the life that I've lived.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Does that mean you would be more like dissonant or like cold?
Well, that's up to you.
Towards them.
That's like you're just basically saying that every single elf has got to view life in this way, and it's just like some might not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Some might think that they are above and beyond because they live for far longer.
Yeah,
and that's fine if you want to play it that way.
Yeah.
But the thing is, basically just saying you've got to play every class like this with a brushstroke because of X is just like everyone's different.
Yeah, very much so. You know what is weak sauce to me?
Go on.
Making people play in the confines of your opinion.
And you want to know what? Like it is a
weak sauce.
Weak sauce.
I've never heard that.
It is a cohesive argument.
It is. I agree.
Because they're like because of that, you're a human. That's the only life you've ever lived. You don't understand like the traditional fantasies. You should play a human because that's. That's true. It's a cohesive,
that's a fact.
It's a shit argument.
Yeah,
it's a cohesive argument.
True. Yeah, it's true. Now, should all new players be forced to play humans? No.
Nope.
No.
And like being like that's just they only pick it because it's what they like to look at.
Yes,
like
I do.
And
I do.
What the fuck's the problem with that?
Yes.
Why does anyone care?
I pick an elf because I want to look like an elf.
Yeah.
I pick a tiefling because I like tieflings.
Yeah. Like. Again, I think we're just getting caught up on things, canon that, like, we're trying to be like, oh well, this would. It's just like not everyone fucking plays like that. So
yeah,
let's just
yeah, I
calm
know,
the fuck down.
I know. I agree. And you know what? In terms of as far as the argument goes, yes, this is a solid argument, but
Well, it's
you know,
not. It's, you were like, there's two parts again. I think it does actually one part and it's cohesive. I just think it's bad.
Yeah, yeah. Have I rubbed all the makeup off my nose?
No?
I wiped my nose so hard just then. I looked down and it was orange. My hand.
No, it looks fine.
Thank you.
Can you see
watch
your
my
nose?
nose be like.
Can you see your nose?
Yeah,
I can. We both got quite small noses.
Actually, did you know that you actually can see your nose 100% of the time, but your eyes are so used to it, it learns to block it out.
Interesting.
How interesting that. Did you know you also only breathe out of one nostril at a time?
Yeah, I did know that one.
How weird is
I did
that?
know that one.
Right now, if you go.
If you put your finger under your nose like that, you'll actually only feel one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild? And the more you know. Do you think this is
know, am I
this?
right?
This
yeah,
has
unpopular.
to be. This is so unpopular. This is so unpopular.
Stinky and unpopular.
Yeah. I don't want to play a human. I'm already a human.
I don't want to play a human. Thank you very much.
I'm already a human. We play this game to escape, and I'm going to do that. And if I want my 400-year-old furbolg to be innocent, she will be.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Simple as.
There you go.
All right. This next one is. You shouldn't be allowed to replace a dead character with a mechanically identical one. Race, class, or subclass should be different. Death should suck. Death should hurt. It's not something you overcome by scratching out the first letter of your PC's name and replacing it with something with a different letter. In brackets, same race and class is probably fine in a game with rolled stats, since that imposes its own differences.
See,
I can't say I completely disagree with this.
I can't, yeah, because the thing is, like, if in my game at the very beginning I'm like, death is real, we need to try our best to avoid it, and you guys go through the entire campaign like doing everything and like having close escapes, and then somebody does finally bite the dust, and then they just go, "Oh, I'm not Rayla, I'm Slayla."
Ow! Yeah,
and you come and you're exactly the same. It's just like, then what was the point in you dying? Like, well, yeah, babe.
Yeah, hold on.
What are you doing?
I'm going to show them something.
Are you going to do that weird thing that you do with your hands?
Yeah.
And you were like, "How weird this looks."
That's quite weird looking, isn't it? Sorry. It's weird looking at me right now. Can you do that? Put down my nails. What do you think? I'm sorry, I'm tired.
Anyway. It looks really cool.
Thank you.
What you do with your nails
Can you do
really
that?
Cool. I think so. Or just putting them all next to each other.
Yeah, oh my god, you can do it with more. Show them. What about his manicure? Ow!
So, coming back as Slayla.
Sorry, yes.
Coming back as Slayla as a moon druid with that many levels in Barbarian who looks exactly the same. It's like the whole, like, I'll just come back as my twin sister, I'll come back as my twin brother, I'll just come back as my twin, my alter ego, basically.
Yeah.
It's like, it devalues death.
I agree.
It does.
I do agree.
That's in my opinion. You know, and the thing is, there's some campaigns that are pretty lax and pretty chill, and people struggle to make backstories, and people struggle to let go.
Totally.
And they just want it to be easy. They don't want to make another character because that's chew.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, and that's fine. If I wouldn't allow that at my game, is the thing.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I do completely agree with what you're saying. Like, I think, I can only speak for me, though. I would just rather my character didn't die. I would rather, if my character died, have a way to bring them back, bring like a temporary character in the meantime.
Thing is,
right?
that's better than this.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
True. But at the same time, if you're playing at a game where, like, for whatever reason, you're not allowed to bring your character back, what is the harm in terms of gameplay mechanic and in terms of the player experience and the DM experience of a player doing that? Like, what genuinely is the harm, do you think, in that?
Because it completely devalues the threat of death.
Yeah, for who?
Well, this is the thing, though. Like, and this is what I'm saying, is if you play at a game where you want to bring somebody back, or you want to just come back as the twin or something like that, or you rub out the first letter of the name and now you're Slayla, like, that's fine. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah.
If you were trying to do that at my game, I wouldn't let you. Because, like, I do put so much effort into the combats. And they are, like, so tough that if you just died and came back as Slayla, then what's the point in the tough combats? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But, like, but at the same time, you would let us bring one of our characters back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if, like, I would let you either try and bring your character back.
Yeah.
or you die. Like
Yeah,
there
yeah,
isn't
yeah,
a
yeah.
you come back as Slayer.
Yeah.
Like if you don't want to bring your character back,
Yeah.
if you don't want to try like have that journey,
Uh-huh,
then you come back as somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah. And I feel like I am very on the fence about this because part of me is like, look, if someone doesn't like change, and I realize I'm speaking from a very biased perspective here, right? Someone only wants to play a moon druid, right? That's the only thing they like playing. They die, the DM's like, you're not allowed to bring them back. And they go, okay, I'll just play another moon druid. I think that person should be within their right to play the thing they want to play,
they
right?
Oh my God. Like, but the thing is, like, coming back as a moon druid, like maybe somebody else from Yggdrasil,
like my sister. Yeah,
like somebody else who'd come back. Like, that's great. That's awesome character. Like, bringing somebody else in from your backstory, like your sister or your parent or something like that. That is awesome, and I would love that. And if you want to still play a moon druid, totally fine.
Yeah.
But playing Slayer is not an option.
Yeah. Like, so you're saying like role play wise?
Yeah, because it just like, you know what I mean? That means your sister comes in, she's lost her sister. Yeah. That's brilliant role play. Yeah. That's something that like she wants to get revenge.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's a story to tell. Just coming in and picking up exactly where you left off as Slayer sucks.
See, I realize we're reading this from two different perspectives. I'm reading this from a purely mechanical perspective.
Mechanical's fine.
Because this person has said like mechanically identically, right?
Yeah.
I realize you're talking about it like narrative wise. I completely agree.
Narrative wise, mechanical wise, I don't really care. You play what you want.
Got you. Yeah. I feel like mechanically, who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who cares?
But I completely agree. Yeah. Like, there's so much to explore with like a new character like that. But at the same time, some people might not want to.
And that's fine. And like, I'm not saying that you are wrong. Yeah. I'm just saying at my table, I wouldn't allow it.
Yeah, and it would be weird.
It would be weird
at our table.
if you want to let people do that at your table because you don't really care.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing with these sort of things. Like, it is, everyone wants something so different out of Dungeons and Dragons.
Totally.
Some people just want to like, this is what I'm playing. This is my subclass. This is my name. Don't really care about a backstory. They're the sorts of people who will come in with Slayer and no one will care. And that's fine. Yeah. So
I agree. Yeah. I agree. Totally.
That's a good one. That.
What do you think? What do you think?
I don't think it'll be unpopular.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I don't know. Sorry, I'm rolling my pajama bottoms up because I'm suddenly
so hot.
boiling. I'm actually boiling.
It's probably because the heating's come on.
The heating was on at like 4 a.m. today.
Was it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I had to turn it off on my phone. How weird. Anyway. Sorry. You can tell we're tired because we're losing it. We're losing it. Yeah. I don't know if I think that's unpopular or not.
I think that would be unpopular.
Yeah. I agree. All right, the next one. How many do we have left? Oh my God, this is the second to last.
The penultimate?
This is the penultimate.
The penultimate.
Oh my goodness. Why do they always sneak up on me like this?
Because we just don't. We get carried away in conversation and don't.
And you know what? It's because I don't put the numbers.
No, because I do that.
And I should. Yeah, I should when I'm making the actual document, though, right? Like putting the script together.
It doesn't matter, eh? We don't mind Margaret with numbers, do we?
I'm good with numbers.
I'm great with numbers.
21.
So good with numbers. 21.
Okay, so there is a sort of cognitive dissonance that goes on with people's D&D characters. A lot of the art and descriptions of these characters are cute, sweet, nice, heroic, etc., viewing themselves as good at people and seemingly well-adjusted mentally. The thing is, the average PC has so much blood on their hands with the deaths of dozens, if not hundreds of creatures weighing on them. It seems like the death penalty is given out quite a lot on the battlefield instead of offering the enemy a chance to surrender. Many of these PCs have nearly died in combat, if not outright having died before, and yet seem rather unfazed by how much death, pain, and suffering they deal with in often relatively short period of time. If these were real people, they would almost certainly be some sort of psychopaths with a generally complete disregard for the emotional weight that fighting and killing has on somebody. And to add to that, seeing quite a lot of deaths and the suffering of innocents and other non-combatants. Yes, it's a game. And yes, it's fantasy. And yes, it would bog down the game to have people break down with PTSD. I just find it interesting how much of the emotional weight of war and killing gets hands waved in a game about role-playing characters.
So the thing is, you break it down perfectly at the end.
Yeah,
Yes, it would bog down a game.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a game.
Yeah.
Like, and the thing is, Sam Wrangell, when he made Not, like, I think towards the end of Scanlan, we all saw it, and his time away from the campaign, and eventual return. But then, like, he says it, and he does joke about it because that's Sam Wrangell, but it's just like, yeah, Not drinks because.
Because the weight of
anyone who was in that position, killing that many people, seeing the things that they see, they would probably have an alcohol abuse issue or something like that.
And you know what? We say that all the time at our table. We end a session, we're like, woof, thank God that's not us.
Yeah.
You know what? Abby is always like, TRP, having the worst time of her life. Me, living,
thriving
for it, sliving, some would say.
Yeah, so it's like, it is a game. It would get bogged down if we had to be like,
and again, you know what? I feel like this is really interesting because I agree. I agree. There is some form of cognitive dissonance going on here, right?
They all look beautiful and they all look like really cute all the time and handsome, and it's just like, they're absolute murderers on the path of it. And it's like, you know, at the end of the day, we have monsters in the game because we want to slay them. Yes, when it comes to like humanoid monsters, my party is very good for knocking things unconscious when they are humans. Matthew is very good at that.
The rest
I think
of us,
Josh is as well.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. I feel like
I think you were as Rayla, but that's because of who Rayla was.
True. Yeah, true.
I think you are normally.
Yeah, agreed. Actually, and I feel like that's because, you know, Matthew can see the humanity in it. Like, Matthew as a person, not just the character, can see the humanity in doing that.
Matthew wants that from the game. He wants it to be very real.
Very much so.
That would weigh on his character's conscience.
Yeah, and you know what? I think Matthew actually does do a good job of kind of encapsulating this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and not in a way that bogs down the game or anything like that, but he often has his character reflect on the things that they have done.
Yeah.
He often has them talk about, like, am I doing the right thing?
Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Yeah.
Which I think is actually the perfect way to do something like this.
Yeah, like, reflect on what you have done, what you haven't done, and maybe try and adjust your course going forward. That's how you can, like, make it not bog it down.
Yeah,
it's like,
totally.
My future actions will reflect what has happened.
Definitely. And I think one thing that we always do is we always do burials for the dead.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if they weren't enemies, and sometimes even if they were enemies.
Sometimes even if they were enemies.
We're very good at kind of going through those motions because we want to as people, right? And I actually saw a comment in reply to this being like, yeah, I tried to do something like this. I tried to have my character have a version of PTSD.
Yeah.
And it just became a drag.
And it can become a drag on the party.
A total drag. And they were like, and I had to retire the character because it was such a drag. And they were like, me as a person ended up, when I got into the headspace, it felt awful.
Yeah.
Which I can imagine it did.
And you can maybe sometimes get in the way of like, sometimes the characters, and sometimes people just want to touch D&D. Fucking roll dice and kill shit. And if you're at a table of people who want to do that, and you're like, wait, we should think it's, sometimes people will be like,
come on, we have to do this.
But it's very, I think that's party dependent.
And I think there's a lot of suspending your own disbelief in this, right?
Yeah.
Suspending, you know, you put in some bandits, right? And we're like, okay, it's a game. We're probably going to kill him.
Slaughter the bandits.
We're probably going to kill him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas someone like Matthew would be like, no, we can't because they're people.
Mm-hmm.
And I would be lying if sometimes that didn't slow things down.
Yeah, it does. It can.
And frustrating isn't the word that I'm trying to use here, but I understand how that can be draining, like how that can bog things down a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I think there is. I think this is a really interesting.
This is a really interesting one.
I don't even necessarily know if this is like an unpopular opinion. I just wanted to put it in because I thought it was interesting.
I think it's just an interesting take. Yeah, I think this completely is dependent on player, group, DM, everything. Because some people will like to actually take this into account. And
very
some
much
people
so.
Couldn't think of anything more boring to them to take this into account.
Yeah, and you know what? It depends on the DM as well.
Yeah, you know, if the DM just wants to chuck a bunch of cool combats at people,
and
then they start to pick moral quandaries with the combat, and then they're like,
"That's it."
Guys, I just want to roll dice and kill shit.
Yeah, you know that thing. It might have been an unpopular opinion one where it's like, my bad guys will never have a wallet with a photo of their families in them, and it's like, is that just to guilt trip the party for killing them? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's such a it's a really interesting.
It is a really interesting one.
I think a very interesting conversation. What do you think?
What do you think about that?
I'd like to know.
I think that's a very interesting one.
I do think that's a very interesting one.
I like that one.
I wonder what that does to us as people, you know? Like seeing our player characters go through all this stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder.
I wonder. The Wonderlust.
Oh my god. Who knows? Anyway. On to the next.
On to the last.
This is the last one. This is the last.
The Knacklety.
The Knacklety. And this is a submission. So this has been sent in by Tuborg, and he goes by he, they.
Thank you, Tuborg.
He has also said, please let the Podblasters know I'm roaming around on the Discord.
Hey,
so there you go.
Let's go. Join the Discord.
Tuborg's on the Discord.
Let's go.
Go on. Dear Jack and Midrat. I mean Margaret. Damn, also correct.
You got it right the first 2 times.
Yeah. Thanks. I mean Midrat. I would like to first thank you so much for the space you've created. As a queer person, I don't always feel accepted and respected, but you guys make me feel like I can just take a deep breath and just smile, if that makes sense. Immaculate vibes.
I'm very glad that you feel.
Thank you, Tuborg. That's all we could have ever wanted.
All we could have ever wanted.
My hot take is halflings and gnomes low-key are the same. I've done some research, so hear me out.
Okay.
They are both 3-ish feet tall.
Okay.
They weigh 40 to 45 pounds, unless their BMI is 3 times too high.
Mm-hmm.
Have a walking speed of 25 feet. Good alignment with halflings leading towards lawful. Love life and are kind-hearted and helpful. Live a long time. Halflings for 150 years. Gnomes for 300 to 500. Don't have kings and queens, but are more about community, clan, and the elders. It seems to me that gnomes are smarter than halflings with bigger noses, more curiosity, and halflings are dexterous gnomes that are a bit more introverted and like to stay cozy. I have played both the halfling, a giant slayer hunter ranger, UA edition, and a gnome, sarcastic grandma obturer. They are 2 out of the 3 characters I've gotten to play, and I love them both dearly. But even though they were different as characters, I just don't feel like they were very different as races. I'm not dead set on this opinion, but I have been thinking about it for some time, and I would love to hear your take. Thanks in advance. Love the Podblast.
I mean, you did the research.
All I'm hearing here, Tuborg, is they're puntable into the sea.
They're both about a kickable size.
They're both. Oh yeah, I could kick something about 3 foot.
I could kick something about 3 foot into the sea.
Oh yeah, I think
it would actually carry just enough weight for me to get a good kick.
Yeah.
And for it to really travel.
For it to travel a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you kick it?
I would. Yeah, I would get like top of the foot into shin.
Oh.
Like kick.
Oh. See,
I played a lot of football as well. I got a good kick.
Imagine if they were like a piñata and you could just
they just burst on impact.
Just punt them. Yeah. Mm-hmm,
I actually don't care about halflings and gnomes. It's just Margaret. It's just Margaret.
I hate them little freaks. I hate them.
I do see what you're saying.
I do see what you're saying.
Are we putting a gnome in a halfling suit or a halfling in a gnome suit?
Yeah, the thing is, right?
Which one came first? The halfling or the gnome?
I hope neither. I wish.
Which one came first?
Neither. I wish.
The quandary of life.
Yeah, I wish neither of them. But taking this seriously, though, like I feel like there's actually a lot of races that kind of fit into this too, right? Like the height, the weight, the movement speed. Like 30 feet is the standard movement speed, right?
Yeah.
In terms of like which way things are aligned, normally, you know, and canonically, right? I don't necessarily know if this is just specific to halflings and gnomes. But
there's a lot of crossover between all of them.
Yeah. But I agree, they're kind of just the same
thing.
They
are similar. Yeah, I think that gnomes are more like
stinky.
They're more like they are cleverer. They invent, they tinker and things like that. And halflings are more like love like eating. If we're talking about real stereotypical, love eating, love home cooked food. If you're thinking about the Shire, they're very like secular. They like live on their own. Whereas I think gnomes are slightly more integrated into other societies. So yeah, there are differences, but they're very small. Have you just cracked the code?
What's the code?
The gnome code. The halfling code.
Oh my god, what does it mean?
The half-om. The halfling-om.
And what does
the naffling.
What
the naffling.
What does having the knowledge grant us?
Smallness.
No, I already have enough of that. You know what? Thinking 3 foot actually.
You know when Kylo Ren's like.
3 foot for me actually isn't really that much small.
Well, it's 2 foot smaller.
Yeah, but how much?
It's 2/5 smaller than
Oh
you.
no, I probably could kick that. Actually.
You probably could kick that.
I probably
You
could.
probably could.
Especially 40 to 45 pounds.
Yeah. Oh,
I can at the very
it's
least
good kicking weight.
drag you by your hair into a bin.
Into the sea. Throw you off a cliff.
Well, yeah, this is all a joke, by the way. I
Yeah.
don't really want to harm
Go on, say it out loud.
the small ones
The smallies.
because I'd be harming myself. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta look out for each other.
Yeah, gotta look out. Gotta look out for each other in this
you
harsh
gnomes
world.
and halflings.
But no, yeah, I actually think genuinely you're onto something there, Tuborg.
Yeah.
But I also feel like there's probably a lot of crossover for a lot of races, like as well,
Yeah.
right? But I love, you know what, Tuborg? I love that this is just weighing heavy on your mind.
Yeah.
I love that you're like, you
You-
know what?
you
I
were
gotta
kept-
research this.
You were kept awake at night by this, so you
Yeah.
had to do something about it.
No, agreed. And listen, I'm with you on that. I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm so far with you on
Yeah.
that. And my takeaway from this, ban him.
Ban him.
Ban him.
Kill him.
You know what?
All of
Kill him. Yeah.
Every single
Eradicate
one
him.
Let's
Everyone who's like, what's with all
let's
this?
use Attack of the Unaware only on gnomes and
only on
halflings.
small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. If children are collateral, then so be it.
Maybe we should make a talk show, and it's not called
Oh.
Hot Ones; it's called Small Ones.
And what?
And
we force people to eat small people.
We just get the grievances of the small races. Small ones.
That'd be nice. That'd be
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. If everyone, the people who are like, what's all the hate for the small ones? Listen, the heart wants what the heart gets. No, the heart gets what the heart wants. You know.
Yeah.
And is it real? Who knows?
Who knows?
Only me.
Only Margaret.
And that's between me and the small ones.
That's between Margaret and the smallies,
That's it.
and not for you.
No. That's it. That's all we got.
Go pick up some merch. www.eldritchpodblast.co.uk. Logo print. Logo with the back print.
We've
the
had
heavy
quite
metal
a few
print.
t-shirt
Yeah.
orders.
Go
Thank
pick
you.
up some t-shirt orders. It's a great holiday gift.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who's put in an order.
I'm wearing a t-shirt
The
from
I Would
Hellbound.
Like to Rage t-shirt is from our Hellbound dice shop. You can get other t-shirts like that. You can get notebooks. You can get spell cards. You can get inspiration tokens, greetings
You can
cards,
get
Christmas
kiss on the
cards,
forehead.
the lot. And you can get 10% off with code PODBLAST if you head over there. Join the Discord if you haven't. Like the video. 100 comments below. 100 comments below. 100 comments below. 100 comments below. It's going to be omelette du fromage. Just record that and play that in your sleep, and then when you wake up, it's going to be the only thing you talk.
Oh, yeah. Enter the Homebrew Challenge.
Enter the Homebrew Challenge.
The submissions close on
Monday.
Monday
Coming.
Yep. 6th, 7th of November?
6th.
6th?
6th. Subscribe if you haven't. Hit the bell to be notified when we upload a video on a Monday and a Thursday. Everything that you do, liking, subscribing, commenting, it helps the channel grow. And what do we want but to grow this beautiful community that we have here?
Indeed.
So,
this is the last of our watch parties.
Yes.
If you have taken part in any of the watch parties,
we thank you.
if you're in one right now, thank you so very much.
Yeah.
We really appreciate the fact that you show up every week. It really has meant a lot to us.
To us.
Maybe
in our
we'll be
hearts.
back. We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't know.
But the
But thank
podcast
you.
will continue.
Indeed.
I love you.
I love you.
Bully loves you. We've been the Eldritch Podblast, and we're going to see you on Monday.
Bye.
Bye.